Trinadapi Sunichena Toradeva Sahishnuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari Hare Nama Hare Nama Hare Nama Kevalam Kalo Nastyeva 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 Gatiranyata. Welcome to the local embassy to the spiritual world. Prabhupada's temples are embassies because these temples are very minute replicas of what we call Vaikuntha, the place where there is no anxiety. There is no anxiety because everyone here is on the same page. Everyone here has one interest: how to love God. Those of you who have been influenced or raised on the Bible or know something of the Bible, Jesus Christ was asked, "What is the greatest commandment?" And he responded, to love God with one's whole heart, whole soul, whole mind, and love one's neighbor as oneself. That is what we call pure religion. Pure religion, or shall we say, real religion, has only one concept: how to love God. And loving God automatically necessitates loving God's devotees, His parts and parcels. You, right now, are performing an aspect of what is called Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga is the conclusion of the Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita is the song of God. There are billions of songs that have been sung throughout the ages. And God has His song. It is called Bhagavad Gita. And throughout Bhagavad Gita, the conclusion is always Bhakti Yoga. If you want to see God in reality, Bhakti. If you want to know, understand truly what is God, Bhakti Yoga. If you want to return, go back and be with God, Bhakti Yoga. So Bhakti Yoga, it comprises 9 different processes. The first one is called Sravanam, hearing. That's what you have agreed to come. You could have gone to so many places this evening, but Krishna in your heart blessed you. He prompted you, no, tonight go to the temple, hear about me, associate with my devotees, see my beautiful form in the temple, and honor my prasad. So the mere fact that you came here means you have God's blessing on you, at least for today. So be grateful that you have been blessed. My job is the second item of bhakti, kirtan, which means singing, describing, glorifying, talking about love of God. Love of God is the ultimate goal of religion. There are 2 kinds of religion: materialistic and pure. Materialistic religion inspires the worshiper to perform different activities, rituals, but what's their incentive? What's their goal? Material benefit. How to improve materially. That's materialistic religion. Pure religion means I simply want to love and serve God. And because that is the premise of this ISKCON movement and this temple, therefore we can have a competition-less society. In the material world, it is very vicious. People are struggling and competing with one another how to come out on top. Me first. And I'll do whatever it takes to get to the top. Whereas in the competitionless society, the practitioners see each other as each other's servant. I'm not trying to compete with you. My thought process has to be, how can I serve you? When that attitude is there, that I simply want to serve, now I am pure devotee. So keep that in mind, that say you have a relationship of husband and wife. What would make a pure relationship? The husband is always thinking, how can I serve the wife? And conversely, the wife is always thinking how to serve the husband. The mother, the father are constantly thinking, how can I serve my children? Unfortunately, the children are not thinking how to serve. But the parents are in a higher position. So this attitude of service is natural because that is the function of the soul. The soul, by function, has to serve. Therefore, there are only two selections. Service, there has to be. So, if I don't serve God, then I'm forced to serve my lusty, selfish desires. And by serving those lusty, material desires, I will never be happy. I will always be frustrated. But if I have this pure desire, I just want to love and serve God, now I can become happy and peaceful. As the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, how can there be any happiness without peace? Peace means, from one angle of vision, it is a mental state, a condition of the mind, where I don't have any personal desires, but I'm simply satisfied in my constitutional position of serving God. But, according to Bhagavad Gita, we have free will. God does not force us to love Him or to serve Him. You are given free will. At any moment, you can decide, no, I don't want to serve God. I want to serve my senses. So that decision, that moment-to-moment decision, do I want to serve God? Do I want to serve my senses? This is the story of life. Choice after choice, after decision after decision. And if I become habituated to deciding to choose to love and serve God, then I become very, very, very happy. So, you are doing the first process of bhakti, the science of self-realization, hearing. So I will try my best to explain it in a palatable way. Therefore, let's calm our mind and senses and prepare ourselves to become tuned in. Everybody say, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So that is the Maha Mantra, the great chanting for deliverance, which purifies the mind and makes the mind peaceful. I have begun a series of lectures. This is my 6th in the series, called The Value of Human Life. After one accepts the Bhagavad Gita, which I said, the conclusion is bhakti, or devotional service to God, loving, voluntary service to God. Once one is convinced of that, one surrenders. Then the next literature that one would study is known as Srimad Bhagavatam, which teaches how to surrender, how to love God. Jesus said, love God with your whole heart, your whole soul, your whole mind. And the Bhagavatam gives you a scientific process how to do that, because it is not something whimsical. There's actually a science. For instance, for the past so many hours, the devotees have been in the kitchen. There's a science to cooking for Krishna. The key element of that cooking, again, is bhakti, love, devotion. That's the secret ingredient that changes everything. So, in the Srimad Bhagavatam, there are 18,000 verses. The Bhagavad Gita, being a summary, is only 700 verses. But the Bhagavatam is an expanded scientific treatise with 18,000. So I've gone through the 18,000 verses, and I have extracted those verses which deal with understanding the value of human life. So, in my last lecture I gave a few weeks ago in a different temple, I did not finish the particular selection, so I want to continue. The scene is millions of years ago on earth. There was a great king, Prithu. He was a kind of incarnation of God. And he was a very saintly, powerful king. And he was visited once by these 4 great mystic sages who are empowered with spiritual or transcendental knowledge. They are known as the 4 Kumaras. So the leader of these 4 brothers is Sanat Kumar, and he has been speaking to Prithu on the science of God consciousness. Where I left off, this is where I start. Sanat Kumar says, when the soul deviates from his or her original consciousness, the soul loses the capacity to remember its previous position or recognize one's present one. So first, original consciousness. This is a very important concept, which our spiritual master, the founder Acharya of this movement, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, throughout all of his explanations, he points out our original consciousness is Krishna consciousness, meaning we have eternally a relationship of service to God. It was always there, it exists now, and will continue to exist in the future. Just as my good friend Rupanuga Das has 2 very nice daughters. So that relationship of Rupanuga with his daughters that is always going to be there. After they have their own children, still that relationship will be there. It's never going to go away. It's a fixed relationship. So according to the teachings of Srila Prabhupada, each and every one of us has eternally in the sense it always existed. Because the Bhagavad Gita teaches in chapter 2, never was there a time when you did not exist. Never, two negatives means a positive. If you never did not exist, that means you always existed. That, my friends, is liberating. So sometimes I like to make a joke. Get used to yourself. You're not going anywhere. You always existed. You exist now. And you're going to exist in the future. Now, of course, it's not going to be in this particular vehicle. As Krishna uses that example at the end of Bhagavad Gita, Yantra Rudhani Mayaya. This body is like a car. You change cars after so many years, the car doesn't last. You get a new car. You're the same driver, but you get a new car. Same way. Since you've always existed, and this body is only so many years, you've had so many bodies before, which you don't remember. I don't remember either. But according to Bhagavad Gita, since we always existed, we've had lots and lots of bodies, and we'll continue to have bodies up until the point we return back to Krishna. How many people would like to return back to Krishna? Very good. I could end my lecture right now. I'm a success. If you want to return back to Krishna, 10 thumbs up, if I had 10 thumbs. Excellent. Bravo. I applaud you. Excellent. So, original consciousness means, like Jesus said, love God, whole soul, whole heart, whole mind. That's your original consciousness. Somehow or other, there's a but, okay? But somehow or other, we gave that up. Why? That's the million-dollar question that will never be answered. And you don't even have to worry why. But somehow or other, we gave up our original consciousness and wanted to imitate Krishna. Therefore, as soon as that desire became prominent, come to Laguna Beach or wherever you took your birth. So, Sanat Kumar is saying, as soon as one deviates from the original consciousness, meaning I want to love and serve God, what happens? You have no longer the capacity to remember the past or actually realize your present one. He continues, when remembrance is lost, all knowledge acquired is based on a false foundation. Because real knowledge is that original consciousness of Krishna. Other kinds of knowledge, devoid of that understanding, is a false foundation. We call an illusion. When this occurs, learned scholars consider that the soul is lost. So, the whole process of Krishna consciousness is the soul comes out of this lost condition and becomes self-realized. And self-realized means I'm once again in my original consciousness of loving and serving God. I come out of illusion. I regain my original consciousness. That is why this chanting of the Maha Mantra is so important. Because the chanting of the Maha Mantra revives the lost consciousness, little by little by little. So our whole movement is based on this reviving our forgotten, original loving service to God. And the way it is revived is by this chanting. Everybody, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. So that's one of thousands of reasons why we chant. We are chanting in order to come to the stage where we once again understand our original position. Every one of us, we're in the same boat. We were there, now we're here. You all said you want to return. Good. Now, once you return, you will pick up your original service. We each have, by constitution, a unique, loving relationship with God. This kind of information makes me very, very happy that I have a unique, distinct relationship with God, and so do you. There is no, in this sense, no class distinction. Every one of us has it. Self-realization means rediscovering it, reawakening to it. Oh, this is like, you hear some people, I've heard it. Oh, I don't want to go to heaven. It's probably boring. But that's because they don't understand. It's not boring because you have an individual, unique relationship with God. And God is a person. You have relationships, friendships, loving relationships, parental relationships. Relationships is what we live for. We see sometimes somebody without any relationship commit suicide. But when you have nice relationships, your life is very, very happy. So, the devotee understands, I have a relationship with God. Let me rediscover that. Therefore, let me chant very, very sincerely. Let me chant very nicely, because if I can perfect this chanting, then my original relationship with God will be reawakened. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Now this next statement of Sanat Kumar is very strong, but it's very, very good. What does he say? There is no stronger obstruction to one's own self-interest than thinking other subject matters to be more pleasing than self-realization. What Sanat Kumar is saying, he is explaining an energy of Krishna known as Maya. Maya is that energy of God. It is bewildering, illusory. And what does Maya do? Maya distracts you. No, you don't want to chant. You want to watch television. That's Maya. You are not in Maya right now because you came here. You said, Maya, talk to the hand. You're here. You can't be in Maya in here. Impossible. Unless you turn on your cell phone and don't pay any attention and you're watching the football scores. But as long as you're paying attention, you're not in Maya here. God is here. The devotees are here. God is all around, everywhere you look. So Maya is that energy which dissuades us, deludes us, diverts our attention. So Sanat Kumar is pointing out no stronger obstruction to one's self-interest, thinking other subject matters to be more pleasing than self-realization. So that's what Maya does. Maya tells you, instead of chanting, let's get involved in the stock market. Let's get involved with this. Let's get involved with this. Let's do something other than hearing and chanting about Krishna. That's what Maya does. And Maya doesn't play nice. What's that expression? Give an inch, take a mile. She's very expert. As soon as she sees that there's a little bit of, let's say, slack, she goes in there. Come. So, Sanat Kumar is pointing out to this King Prithu. Of course, King Prithu is already fixed in this understanding. But by preaching to the king will in turn talk to his citizens. So, we must be vigilant and must always try to remain fixed in keeping my goal is self-realization. Even I have to maintain a family. That's okay. You may have to work in the world. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't lose sight of what your real objective is. Self-realization. You're not here simply to eat, sleep, marry, and enjoy. No. Yes, you have so many obligations, so many duties in the material realm. Bhagavad Gita doesn't say to give those up. You do your responsibilities, but you keep in mind always, but I have this higher objective. I must not relent. I must continue to pursue my self-realization. That is why Lord Chaitanya, the main figure on this altar, his teaching was Kirtaniya Sada Hari. Always chant. If you're always chanting, you'll always be fixed on your self-realization. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, always think of me, become my devotee, worship me, you bow down to me. So, as much chanting and spiritual activities I can do on a daily basis, I'm keeping myself fixed in that pursuit of self-realization. What does Maya want to do? Maya wants me to give up. Maya gets in my ear and tells me, oh, you're no good. Why are you even trying? Just don't even try. That is what Maya's objective is. But as long as I have my hands on my beads, I have a chance. So, devotees in the temple, initiated devotees, they are chanting on these beads 16 rounds. That's 108 times 16 every day. But if you can't do that, do some number that you can do every day. Even if it's only one. But the trick is every day. It's like I have to go see a doctor. I have several doctors that I'm seeing. And every one of those doctors and my wife, what do they tell me every day? Get up off your butt and walk. because they have this now new expression. Sitting is the new smoking. Have you heard that expression? The sedentary lifestyle is actually killing. So I've been being told this every day. Get up, go for a walk. So every day I have to go and do my 30, 40-minute walk. I don't like it, but my well-wishers are hammering this point because I want to live 108 more years. Will you bless me? I promise to walk every day, but you have to bless me. Will you bless me? Then say Hare Krishna on my head. Come on. The whole thing. Don't just give me one little part. You got to do the whole thing. So the idea is, if I do the walking every day, that is going to build up. It's going to help. So the same way with chanting. Like if the doctor said you have to walk 10 miles a day, I go, forget it. But 20, 30 minutes, I can do that. So if you can't do 16, at least do one mala. But the key is to do it every day. Build up strength, and little by little, you build up. Okay, what does Sanat Kumar say next? This next one is for a certain somebody. Anyway, I promised I'm not going to do that. Anyway, Sanat Kumar says, I'm talking to myself. For human society, constantly thinking of how to earn money and apply it for sense gratification brings about the destruction of everyone's own interests. So you probably know people like this. I know people like this. They have no interest in spiritual life. To them, spiritual life is mumbo jumbo. All they care about, money. Money, money, sweeter than honey. That's all they think about. So Sanat Kumara is saying, those kinds of persons who are constantly thinking how to earn money and apply it for sense gratification, they're actually their own worst enemy. Their own worst enemy. Because the problem is, you work hard for money, all right? Maybe you acquire $1 million. You would think, $1 million, okay, that's enough. No, I want 2. We know there are people, they're billionaires. So you would think, you're a billionaire. Okay, relax. No, I want more. So it becomes a trap. And actually, what do they really enjoy? Not the money, but the wheeling and dealing, how to make more. So they're totally caught up in what is called Maya Jal, the network of Maya. I remember back in the early 90s, I was working a regular job. I was a bookkeeper. And I had a boss. And he found out that I was a devotee. So we would sometimes have discussions. So I remember he came into my office one day. And he said, you know what? My wife is making more money than me. Now his salary was $90,000. So his wife was making $100,000. That's good money, isn't it? Right? So I remember this one day he came in. He said, you know what? My wife just spent $1 million fixing up the kitchen. I couldn't believe it. he said, you know what? I wish we were back. And he had a nice big house in Brentwood. It's a posh area in LA, Brentwood. So he said, I wish that we were back in our one-bedroom apartment in Santa Monica. We were much happier then. This was his own words. And I was thinking, very interesting. I never forgot that. That now he had all this money, but he wasn't happy. A few years later, he comes into my office crying. The night before, his wife had served dinner. She got up from the dining table, fell down dead, just like that. No, it was inexplicable. Inexplicable. That's an amazing story, at least for me. So, what is that song I used to sing? Money can't buy me love. It's so true. Krishna does not care about my money. Krishna cares about my heart. Krishna cares if I love him. After all, Krishna has all the money. So what? He doesn't want my $10. Krishna wants the one thing money can't buy: love and devotion. That's the only thing Krishna is interested. Sanat Kumar continues, when one becomes devoid of knowledge and devotional service, the soul enters into species of life like those of trees and stones. So, of course, this is presupposing that one understands reincarnation. If the soul always existed, then the soul has had many lives, and there are 8,400,000 different types of bodies. Human bodies, demigod bodies, animal bodies, aquatic, plants and trees, insects, so many different kinds of bodies. So, Sanat Kumar is saying, yes, when somebody becomes devoid of spiritual knowledge and bhakti devotional service, what's going to happen? In their next life, they're not getting elevated. They're going to take birth as a tree. If you live a pious life, religious life, you're elevated in the next life, higher and higher realms. Or, if you will take questions later. Or, if you become very, very serious about devotional service, there are two scenarios for you. If you don't complete the course of Bhakti Yoga, in your next life, you will take birth in a devotee family and continue your progress. But if you can perfect your devotional service in this lifetime, you can go back to Krishna. And you all said you wanted to go back to Krishna, right? So all you have to do is become serious and sincere about devotional service. And it all begins with this chanting. Those who strongly desire to cross the ocean of nescience. So the ocean of nescience is, again, Maya's potency. Because Maya has three modes: goodness, passion, and ignorance. Those modes are sometimes compared to waves. So sometimes the mode of goodness is prominent, but then the wave of passion overtakes it, or the mode or wave of ignorance. So there's constantly a state of flux. Goodness, passion, ignorance. It's coming in and out. So it's like an ocean. It's an analogy. Material existence is like an ocean. So those who desire to cross the ocean, so right here, beautiful Pacific Ocean. So say you want to cross over. You must not associate with the modes of ignorance, for hedonistic activities are the greatest obstructions to self-realization. So therefore, serious members of this movement, they give up 4 modes of ignorance: animal food, animal slaughter. They give up meat, fish, eggs. That is food in the mode of ignorance. They give up sex outside of marriage. That's called illicit sex. They give up all kinds of intoxication. And they give up gambling. These are the 4 pillars of hedonistic life. Because if I'm associating with these things, then I'm becoming influenced with the mode of ignorance. The mode of ignorance is also known as the mode of darkness. So we want to become completely free from this mode of ignorance. So we take vows, strictly following: no meat, fish, or eggs, no intoxication, no illicit sex, no gambling. You agree to that lifestyle, you are doing excellent. You are practically liberated if you can keep yourself free from those modes of ignorance. Now on top of that, you chant Hare Krishna, Hari Bol. Everybody chant the Mahamantra with me. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Out of the 4 religious principles, religion, economic development, sense gratification, and liberation, liberation has to be taken very seriously. That goes back to one of my earlier points. I must keep the priority straight. My priority is self-realization. Self-realization means permanent liberation. There's a kind of liberation which is temporary, where you merge and you become one with the Absolute, but it's temporary. Eventually you will fall down. But permanent liberation is when you are reinstated in your constitutional position of eternal service to God or Krishna. That is permanent moksha or liberation. That is the goal of this movement. That is what we are striving for. The other 3 are subject to destruction by the stringent law of nature. So, before we answer any questions, let's do a little chanting. Is that all right? Good. Because even if you said no, I'm still going to do it. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yes, very nice. Clap your hands. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Yamunatira Vanachari. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Yamunatira Vanachari. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Put it there. No. Just leave it there. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Jamunatira Vanachari. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Jayadvaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Sri Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jai Vishnupad Paramahang